Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing pretty good today. Today I want to talk about this game's equivalent of gear or relics, depending on what games you play. So, for the past, I want to say like 3 days or so, I've been mostly focusing on farming for the stamps in this game. So, the stamps are basically like the relics to the characters. So, an example, I do have the gold stars. I believe they're 3 stars. No, I'm sorry, 5 stars. Literally right there. Um, I've been farming them for the characters because the thing about it is that if you go to supplies, actually no, trial, and you go to realm mutation, whenever you reach level, I want to say it's 45. Yeah, when you get to level 45, you'll be able to farm like 5 stars for the characters that you're using. I would strongly recommend that if you are below this level, just if you have the little stamina pods, I would strongly recommend just saving them so you're able to use them and maybe farm a little bit more here compared to just using them on like 3 or 4 stars. That you'll eventually switch out for 5 stars anyways. But that being said, I've been farming them, and it is annoying because sometimes you get good relics, sometimes you don't. Just the RNG of gacha games at the end of the day. But an example, usually you're only able to max them out until level 25. But once you get them to level 25, as you can see, this is actually a 6 star. So let's just say this one, for example, it's a really good piece. It has like attack, crit rate, crit damage, and even ultimate charge, which is really good. Let's say you get all of that, and all of them are like boosted, which is really good. Once you try and enhance and you want to get it to level 30, you have to use the startup thing, which is like this little weird start looking thing stamp that you want to use. So I don't know how you can get them aside from just purchasing them from this like currency that you get in game. So I hope that they are able to maybe make events or something where you can get more of these coins, so you're able to buy more of these and further level up your gear. But that being said, I do have like I was saying, I got this piece on Ichigo, which in my opinion is really good. So one thing that I want to say, so for the first pieces, they're always going to be attack for the basic. The second one can be randomized. So this one, it says slash damage. You can see there's going to be different type of like thrust damage, anything like that. It can just be something completely different. So mine's have slash damage because that's obviously going to be good for my Ichigo. This piece is not the greatest, but it's doing its job for right now until I get a better one. The second one's going to have defense on the top, and then this one's going to have HP. Now, for this piece, the reason why I got it to level 30 was because, so I got crit rate, I got attack, more crit rate, ultimate charge, and crit damage. So all of that right there was perfect. And then the rerolls that I got were really good, like getting more crit damage. So as you know, Ichigo is just one of those characters that you want to have a lot of crit rate and crit damage so that you're able to do a lot of damage. And he also has one of his passive, I believe, after you get 100% crit rate, every one afterwards it turns to, I think it can get up to 2 crit rate per, no, crit damage per crit rate. Let me actually double check. That's no, yeah, so everyone beyond is converted into, right now it's 1.75, but you can get it to 2 crit damage, which is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. If you're ever confused and you don't know exactly what you want to equip in your character, if you go to this little thing right here, it's going to tell you what is recommended for the character. So if you want to use like a recommended basic lineup, or you want to use like an advanced lineup, these are going to be the 2 options. It tells you what weapon, weapon stamp, and then also the core stamp. And then right here is going to tell you what you want to be gear set wise, what you want to be grinding for. So you want to be a lookout first for crit rate, and then after crit rate, crit damage, and then focus on attack last. So like what you want to go for. I have noticed that having slash damage and also ultimate what is it called, ultimate charge, is really good because for some reason Ichigo's ultimate takes forever to get, but once you actually get his ultimate, he is really strong and disgusting. But this is my power that I have with him at level 70. And I also got his what is this called, the core stamp. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, yeah, core stamp. There we go. And getting these core stamps is actually really important for your characters because they give you a bunch of more like different ways to play the character, which is really cool. So it looks like here. So once you transform, you can actually just tap like your counter button, and he's gonna do a follow up. And I believe if you do that, let's see. So once you in your ultimate, you will get a 50% crit rate, which is really good. It looks like it increases your crit rate another 25% and counter damage by 60% after you manually release a counter attack, which is pretty broken. But yeah, that is usually what you want to go for in characters. If you're ever confused, just look here. It'll give you a lineup what you want to go for, and also like passives or like anything like that. It will tell you what you need to level up as well. That way you are getting the best out of your stamina. So as you guys know, Toshiro is coming out in like 2 days, I want to say. And from what I've heard and what I've seen, it looks like he's going to be using this piece. So given the fact that my Ichigo is, not the greatest gear, 2 of the pieces are like, they're mid. But I definitely want to start already grinding towards pieces for my Toshiro. So I'm gonna do a run here and see how that goes. That was probably one of my worst runs ever, but that's okay. Yeah, so as you can see, this doesn't happen all the time, but you can normally get at least 2 pieces every time. No, not every time, sorry. You are guaranteed at least 1 piece, but sometimes if you're lucky, you can get 2 pieces. Let's see what they are. So, yeah, this is pretty bad. No. Usually I want to, like, at least for my part, my like what I go for, I always want to make sure that there's at least 1 attack, 1 crit damage, 1 crit rate, and at least also ultimate. But if you're able to get, sometimes you'll get like crit right here and crit right here, crit damage, attack, or something else. If you get that, that's a really good piece. You just want to focus on more getting like damage out of your characters instead of just having like HP and defense. Which, it's all good to have, but like the more damage you do, then the easier it is to, steamroll through content. Alright, let's do this one more time. Let me actually play this correctly because I did so bad. And he's done. I've been getting really lucky. I've been getting 2 of them nonstop. That's good. Alright, let's see if I get lucky again and get something good. I don't like this. I'm gonna keep this part just because I do like the crit rate and crit damage and see how it goes, but it's not the best, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is basically what I have been dedicating my grinding into it for the game, because given the fact that I already got through the story mode, where is it? As you can see, I've done everything in normal, also in hard, and in extreme as well. So there's something else for me to do aside from just making sure that my characters are good. and ready for whatever content they're gonna be, you know, dropping soon. Because one thing that I looked into, for example, was the let's see. The thing that I was looking into that I really have been enjoying has been the Frenzy Feast, which is basically like it's like a boss battle, and you are depending on the time and damage that you're doing, you're gonna be getting like points and stuff. And then there's like different difficulties as well to get the most points out of them. But also aside from that, I know that there was a guild, but then they removed it. But I have been also been practicing just because I want to see how far I can get doing this Konjiki Ashi Sogi Jizo as far as I can, because this is basically where you get that currency, this one right here, so that you're able to get these stamps. By the way, I believe I didn't explain that last time, but that's one way of getting them. I believe there's different ways, but this might be the main source where you get them from. But yeah, other than that, I am really excited for Toshiro to come out. I will be summoning for him. I'm going to be getting him and his weapon as well. And I'm pretty excited. So whenever he does come out, I will show it showcase, and I will try to, you know, hopefully help you guys out in whatever way I can, explaining anything, just so that you're able to have a really good character once you know, once he drops. But other than that, hope you guys have a good one and take care. Bye bye.